Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Caps on Comics. I'm Kenny Caps, and today we're going to be talking about 10 of the best comic book tattoos on the internet. Let's get started. Okay, so obviously I love tattoos, right? I've got a whole bunch of them. I've loved tattoos since I was a kid. I remember when I was like 3 years old, we had this neighbor in Mobile, Alabama. He was covered in tattoos. And since then, I just wanted those, you know? I also remember when I got baptized when I was like 10 years old. And I remember seeing this old man who'd gotten baptized too. And he took his shirt off and he had this massive ship tattooed on his chest from World War II. And I was like, holy crap, that's so cool, right? So I've just wanted tattoos since I got legal to get tattoos, and I've gotten since then. However, I don't have any comic book tattoos, and it's just one of those things that I never thought about doing. So I'm getting ready for another tattoo. I don't really know what I wanted, so I decided to go to Google and type in comic book tattoos to see what would come up. Here's what I found. All right. So the first one that we're looking at, this one is amazing. So first off, I don't think I will ever get a back tattoo because I don't really have the physique to walk around shirtless and anything. But this is just amazing. Just forget the spot. Just look where it is. And this is one of the most iconic scenes from the comic book and from Spider-Man 3. That's just a really cool scene to watch. The time where Peter Parker understands that it's time for the symbiote to go away, right? And so it's nasty. The artwork is spectacular, and it's probably one of the best tattoos I've ever seen. I love it. The next tattoo is really cool, right? So Endgame and Infinity War and Endgame, pretty recent, right? That's 18, 19, and it's still fresh in our memory. These movies are awesome, but this right here is just great work. It's incredibly hard when you're doing tattoos to draw straight lines, and these lines are almost just completely straight. You can see a few bumps on the yellow that turns to green, but still, I'm incredibly impressed with this. The black shading behind Thanos is awesome. Thanos' face looks really great, and it's really hard to draw faces. So I just give this comic book artist a total A+. It's amazing work. All right, this was another one that I saw it and I was like, holy crap. First off, I've never loved one superhero so much that I would dedicate a whole sleeve to that. And I can understand that with Batman and Spider-Man. They're incredible superheroes. They have incredible rogues gallery. And here you see someone, it's like they have taken the pages of a comic book and cut them out and randomly placed them on their arm. It's all, the colors are amazing. It really pops. There's great pictures of the Penguin. You can see the Joker. You can see Catwoman. There's the Riddler. The iconic Bam and Kapow is there. And this is an amazing piece of artwork. Just forget about tattoo. This guy's arm, you could peel his skin off and frame this and people would be like, yep, that's beautiful. Okay, so the next one I thought was a very interesting piece too. We're going to see another Wolverine tattoo later, but this is a really great Wolverine. And especially, you can see the reflection of the Hulk in his claws. That's just incredible. I love this picture of Captain America too. I know I've seen this on a comic book cover, and I don't know what cover it is right now. But his arms look fantastic. The shading on his fingers look great. Hands are incredibly hard to do. And so, it's great. I would knock him for Captain America's shield because it's not perfectly circle, but everyone knows that draws how horrible it is to have to draw a circle. It is almost impossible to draw such a good circle without using a compass or something. It's not like you can do that with a tattoo gun. So I do commend the artist. It is an amazing piece of work. Gambit over on the end, he looks great. In order to fit the screen, I had to crop out some of the bottom, but the bottom half of this is mostly DC themed, and you can see Green Arrow right there. I love that. It's a great looking Green Arrow. You can see some kryptonite chains just underneath Captain America's shield. That would have been Superman down there. I believe the lightning bolts under Green Arrow was Flash, but I thought that the upper Marvel portion of the tattooed sleeve looked way better than the lower portion, and I'm pretty sure they were done by two separate artists. I could be wrong. I have been wrong before. Okay, so the next tattoo, like, it's not the best tattoo I've ever seen, but it looks so awesome, I had to post this one, right? So here we have a Superman from, like, the Bronze Age. I think it says Superman, like, 264 or something like that. But it's like not that iconic a cover that where it needs to be shown. What's so awesome about this is that you get that fantastic Superman logo that's timeless, right? So you see that and it looks great. But the highlight here, right, is the Amazing Fantasy 15. The Spider-Man on this cover looks amazing. For anyone who's seen this cover enough, you know that, like, that's a perfect cover. It looks amazing. It looks like you could almost read the word balloons that Spider-Man's saying, you know? My only problem is I wish that they would have done something about this dude's freckles, right? It looks like there's like a serious case of mold going on this AF-15. Like, you can kind of see the Marvel chipping over on the right edge, you know, which is funny because that was such an issue with Marvel comic books, their publishing problems in the early 60s. But the freckles look like he's got spots of mold all over. It's awesome. But that Spider-Man looks great. The lettering on Amazing Fantasy is fantastic. It is just an awesome tattoo, and I love it. I think it's great. Okay, so yes, now this may not be the best tattoo out there, but it's awesome, right? Stan Lee looks great, and it's a great picture of him. He looks like he's having fun and not trying to steal credit for something. The Spider-Man's pretty cool too. I like that he doesn't have spider webs, but there's nice shading there. A lot of good gray work. And the fact that he's taking that pencil from Stan Lee, that's great. This is a great picture. It looks awesome. All right. Now, I know this one is a relatively small picture with not a lot of stuff to see. But look at Star-Lord. That is an amazing Star-Lord. The eyes alone are worth it being on this list. Like, the lens in Star-Lord's mask look amazing, and the fact that, like, you have, like, light fractures coming off, that's just astounding. Only that, like, the shading on his mask, like the air tubes and the supply on the side of these little white dots, that's some amazing coloring. And this artist was really, really good, obviously. The Spider-Man looks fantastic too. That looks like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man costume from like 2002, whatever year that movie came out. But it looks just like that. You can actually see, that's what I loved about the Tobey Maguire costumes, is that, like, the webbing stood up off of the material, so it was textured, and you can see that, like, whoever tattooed this was exceptionally awesome. I wish that I could see the rest, because it looks like a Fantastic Four logo in the back. And if their Fantastic Four look anything like the Spider-Man or Star-Lord, hallelujah. Okay, I told you earlier that there would be another Wolverine tattoo. And this one is just completely amazing. Look at the detail in his face. His teeth look really awesome, right? He's got that nice grit. And even the shading on his forehead looks great. The tendons in his neck, it's amazing. Like, all the detail that has gone into this. I love this pose. It's exceptionally awesome. You can see just a little bit of venom just underneath Wolverine's right hand. But the way that, I don't particularly like the way that Venom's head has been textured, because he looks to me more like Spawn than Venom in this picture. And the reason why I know it's is, like, you can tell by the teeth. You can just barely see the teeth. And over on the far right, you can see Carnage. I don't really know why. Maybe the guy who, or the person who got this tattoo, just really liked these characters. I don't know of Wolverine ever really fighting Carnage. That would probably be a very awesome fight to see. Either way, the artwork on this is amazing. And this Wolverine is one of the best ones I've ever seen tattooed on anyone. Now, yes, this is a little simple, especially compared to the other ones that we've seen. But as an X-Men fan, specifically a Nightcrawler fan, this is really cool. I love, and it's on two separate parts of his body. He's got him bamfing from one part of his arm to the other. and it's really cool. I did have to crop out the tail. The tail goes down quite a bit down the tattoo recipient's arm, and it just looks amazing. It's really cool work. It's nice and flashy too. It looks like old classic tattoo work, especially from the 30s and 40s during World War II. It's amazing flash. It looks great, and it's awesome. Like, if I was gonna get a comic book tattoo, this one would not only be awesome for me because I love Nightcrawler, but this style of art also blends in well with what I already have. And the last one, this tattoo was so unbelievably real that I could not believe that it was real. Whoever did it, Michael Keaton's face is perfect. It looks so amazing. The shading on this tattoo just gives me goosebumps. Like, I have never seen a tattoo this realistic and so crisp. The ears on Batman look perfect. Bring that down to the molding in his cowl, and it is exceptional. You can not only, like, the shading difference is just amazing to me between the mask and the makeup on his eyes. That and the detail in his eyeballs and his upper lip. This is probably the best tattoo I have ever seen in my life. And I don't think I've ever seen anything that can top this. Just looking at, because what's amazing about that material that was in Tim Burton's 89 movie, it was a very specific kind of latex rubber, and it had like these weird textured pores in it, and you can actually see that in this tattoo, and it just blows my mind. The emblem is amazing. It's not bright yellow, it's subdued with hints of orange in it, and this is just a really exceptional tattoo. All right, so those are the tattoos, right? 10 of the best I've ever seen on the internet. Now, there are tons of other tattoos out there. Good ones, bad ones, and maybe we'll do that one time. Maybe we'll look at 10 of the worst comic book tattoos. All right, so that wraps up another episode of Capstone Comics. Make sure that you keep checking back because I'm doing giveaways every month. Every time I hit another 100, I'm doing another giveaway. And also, there's Friday Fun. Every Friday at 8:30 a.m., you get the chance to name that song or the band that's playing that song. All right? Well, thanks for watching. I'm Kenny Caps, and I'll see you in the next video.